Hello, I'm Al and this is Roadtrip Revivals. If you're new to the channel, my favourite thing to do is buy old junky cars and drive them home. And that is what we've got here today. I present to you Reggie the Renault. In case you missed my Renault 4 video, I'll leave a link in the description. But this car is coming from, again, my friends Damien and Michelle. They're moving down south and they need to cut down a number of vehicles they have. So here we are. I'm going to try and get Reggie fired up, see if it will drive home. It's not been stood around forever like Ronnie. That one had stood for 20 years. This thing has been a sort of running daily driving car for them up to a few months ago. It became difficult to start. So basically they just haven't been using it. Hasn't run for maybe 3 months, something like that. In theory, it looks fairly solid overall. The tyres are not that old. It's got a fairly nice patina to it, I'd say. This all looks quite nice and straight. Fairly clean and tidy inside, if a little basic. Oh, we've got windy down windows. That's quite a luxury. Doesn't work, never mind. Big old boot. And a parcel shelf even. I think that's the trim to go over the number plate lights. Made in France. It needs a little bit of TLC here and there. This side is straighter actually than the passenger side. We do also have 2 spare doors to go with it, so I mustn't forget to throw those in. Bit of what's gone on there? I don't know. It's still solid. So this is a 1.1, I think. Very similar to the Renault 4. I think they carried over most of the mechanicals from the Renault 4. The idea being this would be a slightly upmarket, more luxurious version of the Renault 4. I think they called this the Cléon engine. It's overhead valve, fairly traditional pushrod engine. We've got the same bolt action gear lever as the Renault 4. It comes up over the top of the radiator here. And the gearbox is down here in front of the engine. What else do we have? A fixed fan, dynamo. I can see the fuel pump down there, distributor. It's not a cross-flow engine, so the fueling and the exhaust is on the same side over there. That is empty and very manky looking. Where's the oil stick? The vacuum advance pipe is missing. We don't need that where we're going today. Got some oil. Ew. Oh, that does not look nice. That is very sludgy. I do not like the look of that. Let me find a cloth. Oh, it doesn't look so bad that time. It might have just had some moisture sitting in the dipstick tube. That's all right. We'll call that good for now. Hopefully it's not a complete rust bucket. I don't know where it originates from. I would say this is not a car that's lived up here in Brittany all its life. It would have long dissolved by now. Any brake fluid? Very low. Okay, right. Don't know if I brought any of that. That was dumb. Why didn't I bring brake fluid? Okay, we'll come back to that. I don't know if the battery's charged. I don't know much really. Let's hit the key and see what happens. Windy windows again. That's a big upgrade on the Renault 4, isn't it? Very stiff, but they do come down. This is quite plush inside. What have we got? Like the Renault 4, we've got a voltmeter and a fuel gauge, but no temperature gauge. Got some switches over here. This is cool, this green wood effect they've put on there. Yeah, nice comfy seat. Oh, quite like that. Really nice headlining. Yeah, quite a nice place to be all in all. Oh, we haven't got a key. Right, bear with me, I'll go and ask for the key. You sad to see this one go, Michelle?
Yeah, the second one, but Reggie's going to a good home again with Alex, and this is Reggie, and the other one was Ronnie, the Crow twins. This is a very, very, very rare vehicle in France. The French love it, absolutely love it.
It's gone to webuyanyOldRenault.com.
I love it. This car makes me really, really happy. It's so easy to work. Love the shift stick, gear stick. And it's just a crowd pleaser. And they're rare.
Good old Reggie. Right, we need to get Reggie fired up. Right, the keys have been located. Nothing. Is there a faint click? I don't think so. It's not really a surprise, is it? Completely dead. All right, okay, let's put a battery in. I'm filming in 4K for the first time today as a bit of an experiment, so let me know if you can see an improvement in quality. Hopefully you can. We don't need that where we're going. Oh, the steering rack gate is split, of course. I wonder if the dynamo will work. Probably not. Okay, we've got a fuel gauge. Shows nearly empty. No ignition lights, which is slightly strange. Cranks over well. Choke. Maybe we'll put some fuel in first. As we all know, the fuel we have now has such a short shelf life, year or two, and it's well past its best. But what I want to know is why. If you saw the video where I bought the fastback Cortina Taunus down in Provence and drove it home, 40 years that car stood, and the fuel was still, I'm sure it wasn't brilliant, but the car ran and drove on it. And I don't think it's just the ethanol content that causes the problem. If you've got any idea why the fuel goes off so quickly, I'd be interested to learn. What a luxury to have a fuel cap that works. Let's give it a little squirt. Oh, okay, we've got some ignition, haven't we? Seems like it's going to go. The timing sounds like it's off a bit, actually. Come on. Come on, Reggie. Let's see if we've got a nice regular spark king lead. Someone commented the other day their favourite way to check for a spark is have someone hold the king lead or one of the ignition leads while you crank the engine. The only problem being that they'll only ever do it once. I think it'd be divorce in my house if I tried that one. Yeah, got plenty of that. Don't know if you could see, but I just put the king lead. I left a gap. That's straight from the coil, by the way. Before it gets to the distributor. Left a gap of about 10 mil and had a nice blue spark jumping straight across there. So that's pretty healthy. It doesn't tell us if all is well in the distributor cap though. We could have some damp in there. Let's have a look at that next. It is a bit damp in there indeed. Have a little look at the points while we're here. Oh, the fan belt is really slack. Can I turn the engine here? Just want to see if the points are opening up enough. Easiest way to turn it over when you want to look at the points is just drop it into gear. Yeah, we've got a bit of points gap. That's not too bad. So let's dry out the cap and try again. Bit of trim ejected itself from the front grille. Throw that in the back before we run over it. The cap is not in bad condition. The leads don't look ancient. Fairly clean in the distributor. It cranks over well, but I don't know if it sounds like it's got a ton of compression. Let's give it another squirt and try again. Whoa. Nothing at all. Did I put the lead back in, did I? Nothing. Nothing. Try that test again as we did before. Pretty healthy still there. Is it flooded now? I wonder if this has an accelerator pump. It does. In case you don't know, that's a little extra pump on the carb. Every time you press down on the throttle, it pumps a bit of extra fuel in. And we can just operate the throttle here, and we should see it squirt fuel in. Yeah, it does work. It's possible I flooded it then by pumping the throttle too many times. Sounds like the timing's off still, doesn't it? Could the plug leads be on wrong? I suppose they could be. 3, 4, 2. I guess that's right then. Well, the easiest thing to try is give it a small timing adjustment. See if that makes any difference. Nope. Aha! It liked that, didn't it? Bit more of that, maybe. Okay, this time, bring the thunder. Oh, literally. Huh, still doesn't seem that happy, but it might go now. Definitely got a major exhaust leak, manifold leak. The timing still sounds miles off. More choke maybe. Sounds really odd. Not just because the exhaust is leaking either. More timing. Give it any gas and it dies. Definitely got some ignition worries here. If it would just run and warm up a bit, it might be all right. So when I was messing with the timing just now, I was turning the distributor clockwise, and I just checked and it rotates clockwise. And what that means is if you turn the body of the distributor the same way that the distributor rotates, you're effectively retarding the ignition timing. And I cranked it round that way as far as it would go. I ran out of room because the cable to the coil is too short. But when it fired, it did sound too retarded. But what can happen is if you've got a weak spark, sometimes you can get it to fire in a very retarded position. All right, let's have a look at the plugs. I got 1 and 2 out, and some of it's evaporated now, but it was quite flooded, quite black and manky, not very healthy at all. That one, about the same, so that is not helping matters. I didn't bring new ones with me for some reason. I thought that there were new ones here, but they're not. I brought these ones, but they are too long, so I can't put those in for risk that the piston will hit it. So I think I'll get the other 2 out and just have to clean them up as best we can. When we do eventually get this beast fired up and get it home, we'll get it up in the lift, see if I've bought a complete rust bucket or not, and do the bare minimum to get its inspection done. An oil change, a little bit of maintenance, and out the door, hopefully. Flooded, black, fairly mangy. Right, try and get these cleaned up a bit. Just have to work with what we have because, well, there is a town near here, but I don't really want to go hunting around for spark plugs. Right, I got those cleaned up good enough, I think, just with some brake clean, a bit of tissue coiled up, try and clean out the little valley in there as well. I've closed up all the gaps a little bit. That always helps if your ignition system isn't the best. Right, try that. Right, surely it's going to go now. I'll take care not to flood it this time. Leave the choke on just a bit. That's a bit more promising, isn't it? Yes. No doubt that's what it was then, the fouled up spark plugs. Exhaust is leaking a lot. Just let it warm up a little bit. Oh, don't be like that. It doesn't sound too bad, does it? Fair bit of smoke. Most of it comes out from under the wheel arch here because the exhaust is leaking so much. Sounds pretty sweet otherwise. I think another thing with the modern fuels is that they tend to foul the spark plugs quicker. If they've had raw fuel on them, it leaves a bit of a residue or a coating, and they don't like it. It's quite a sludgy cooling system by the look of it. That's why I'm putting petrol in it to flush it out. Just kidding, it's water in here. Runs like a watch. Fisher Price, my first watch. What did you stop for? Found some brake fluid, but the exhaust manifold is leaking bad. So it's going to be a noisy old ride home. Hopefully that's not leaking too much. See if it's charging at all. No. How about with a few revs? Yeah, a bit. That'll do. Good enough. Good enough for where we are going. Took the washer bottle off because it was just rattling around. Timing, what should we say? A little bit retarded, probably good enough. Got the side exit exhaust again. Racing car. Fuel gauge working, probably. Come up a little bit. I see there we got the voltmeter. Probably comes up with a few revs. Yeah, it's creeping up. Heater. Round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. Don't know how that works. Let's say that's hot then over there. It's one of these, the fan. Okay, wipers. Good to know. Ah, that was the fan. I think. Hard to tell with the amount of racket the exhaust is making. Clutch. Brake. Yep. Clutch isn't stuck. No. Hey, cool. Excellent. About time to get packed up and hit the road, I think. Check the tyre pressures. We've got oil, topped up the water, brake fluid. Yeah, it's good. Got my handy dandy little portable tyre inflator from Action here again. Hancocks. 2019. Might be the best tyres we've ever had on road trip revivals. They still look like brand new actually. They're not sun damaged or anything. What is this thing like? Pretty solid mainly by the look of it. Okay. 5.5 psi. Right, okay, let's give that a squirt then. That's cool.
Oh, quick.
Oh. Maybe the handbrake isn't the best.
I was going to say no commentary until that.
Yes, very practical this. Plenty of room for all the junk in the trunk. No test drive, we're just going to go for it. Just going to get Michelle out here to say goodbye and we'll be on our way. Sun's come out, still freezing, but the wind's dropped. Yeah, it should be a nice little cruise home, only about an hour. There you are, Michelle. Say goodbye to Reggie.
You're doing it to me again, Alex. Not only Ronnie, but like Reggie's on his new journey. I don't know where he's going, but look, the sun's shining. There's nothing better than to cruise around in a classic.
You weren't so attached to Reggie, were you?
Not as attached, no.
Are you asking if we'd like to buy it back?
I had Reggie a bit
That's always
less.
a possibility.
Ronnie had 20 years. Ronnie the Renault 4. Reggie, not so long. But I do love this car. Well, I said earlier, it's a crowd pleaser. Tractor drivers wave. People come out of bars and talk to you. So wherever this classic car ends up, I hope the people appreciate it and have a lot of fun.
Apparently they made 1.7 million of them.
Yeah.
So they were everywhere. And
Yeah.
now you just don't see them, do you?
No, you do. You know, that's why everybody goes crazy for them. You just don't see them. I haven't seen another one of these. I've maybe seen one in Brittany. In 16 years of living in Brittany, I've seen one.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, literally.
And also if you-
All the car clubs and
If you
everything.
go onto somewhere like Le Bon Coin and you look at Renault 4s, there's usually inevitably about 70 for
Yeah.
sale or more.
Mm-hmm.
Renault 6, probably 6,
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that is why.
There aren't many left. Dry your eyes.
All right, thank you guys. I'll be on my way in a minute.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
En route.
Inertia reel, seat belts, all the luxury mod cons. We've got fresh air vents here. Okay, right, we're off. It'll be interesting to see how this compares to the Renault 4. So the Renault 6 came about, introduced in 1968. The idea being it would be a slightly more luxurious and upmarket version of the Renault 4. Slightly bigger, slightly more expensive. And it ran until 1980 in Europe. It was sold until 86 in some markets, I believe, Argentina and Spain. Maybe not Spain, not sure. Oh, the brakes are raunchy. I think we've got discs on the front. I kept my 11mm spanner handy if we need to do a timing adjustment along the way. I can tell already it's a bit more cushy than the Renault 4. It does feel a bigger car, which it is. Got no power at all. What gear are we in? Oh, we were in third gear, okay. The generator bell was really loose, but it was on the end of its adjustment, so it'll have to do. It's screeching away pretty good. It's giving me vibes of Spotty the Fiesta. Oh, this is lovely. Really cushy ride. Body roll. Oof. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, plenty. I don't know, I like it though. It's making me smile. Alright, we've got some drivetrain clacky sort of noise. What is that? Bad CV joint maybe? Does it more on the overrun? Alright, we'll ignore that. Hope it goes away, which it won't. Brake check again. Brakes are pretty good actually. This actually still has a valid inspection. It's a French voiture de collection car. Once your car is 30 years old in France, if it's not modified, you can register it as a vehicle de collection. And your insurance is cheaper, and it only needs inspection every 5 years instead of every 2 like normal. Over the canal. Beautiful. Time for the hairpin turn test. Okay, just about. Oh no, you're not going to make me go into first gear, are you?
Continue for 3/4 of a mile.
Definitely have a distinct lack of power. Got less power than we had in the Renault 4. And this is the 1100 engine. I think the Renault 4 was the 850. But we probably haven't got enough. The ignition timing probably is a bit retarded. What can I tell you? It's doing the thing, isn't it? The sun is shining. There's no one around. We're cruising along. I'm not charging much. I feel like we're going to make it just fine. I'm sure the brakes are coming around. Oh, there's that weird noise. Can you hear that? Like a weird, graunchy, rubby noise. It's not the brakes. I think I'm going to stop and tweak the timing a bit because it's so slow, it's getting annoying now. Let's give it another 5 degrees and I think we'll be a lot better. Yeah, that's a bit better, I think. bit concerned that the volt gauge is still dropping. Probably the belt is slipping so much. I'm not going to get much charge at all. I think that's a bit better. So probably should crack on a bit, try and get home before the battery dies. Yeah, we definitely have a bit more power now. I think 45 horsepower when it's in good health. But the car is a featherweight, it's probably what, 800 kilos at the most. 45 horsepower is plenty actually. But that battery was still fairly healthy and it's 40 minutes home, so should be alright. I should turn the blower off, to be honest, because I could live without that, save some battery power. Oh, love the soft suspension when you hit a speed bump. You kind of forget that you don't actually need to slow down, you can just power on. One advantage of having a soft old French car. Yeah, we definitely have a bit more go now. That's not too bad at all. So I think the plan with this one is get it home, give it a quick inspection, do probably a little bit of maintenance, an oil change, a coolant flush, the bare minimum that's needed to get the inspection done, and try and sell it, because I don't really need this one hanging around too long. I think the exterior needs the same treatment as Ronnie the Renault, bit of a clean, a polish. It's quite green, it would shine up quite well. Leave it with a bit of patina, bit of something to protect the rusty bits. That's it, it's just a fun, practical classic for someone. No need to go too mad on it. But again, one of those cars that was everywhere and suddenly they all disappeared. People still remember them, but you don't really see them anymore. It's one of those cars, my uncle had one of those, my granddad has one of those, I learnt to drive in one of those. People like to see them out and about. Watch this, here comes a speed bump. Slow down. Nope. Barely felt it. Do you remember when cars had suspension? I really miss that, don't you? So if you're enjoying this little jaunt through the French countryside, please do consider subscribing, that would help me out. Drop me a like as well. Have a look at some of my other videos, I've got lots of revivals and road trips. And there will be plenty more to come this year in 2026. I'm excited, I've already got some good revivals lined up. Some shorter trips, some longer trips, some French cars, some British cars, some micro cars, obviously. If you're here because of the micro cars, don't worry, but there'll be more of those to come. And if you are new to the channel, welcome aboard. If it wasn't for that really badly leaking exhaust manifold, it would be quite a nice drive. As usual, as long as it keeps going, we're happy. It's when we grind to a halt that we start to worry. It's not the prettiest car, is it? But then it's not ugly either. It's just sort of a bit nondescript, I suppose. I like the flattened off wheel arch here that hides the top of the tyre, that's always a cool touch. But yeah, you've got all the practicality, haven't you? Got your louvers here to let the air out of the car. Obviously you can get everything for it because it's all Renault 4, it's all simple stuff. Just realised I forgot to do a leak check before we left. No, not very leaky. Some loose bits here. That one's obviously been changed at some point because this one's been totally bleached by the sun. Another sign that this car is probably from the south, I reckon. These are the two doors that I've got that I need to pick up another day because that one's got a hole in it there. That one's about to have a hole in it there. Some better doors. Bit bubbly there. And it's had a bad repair there, but those are the only really nasty bits on the exterior anyway. Get it up in the air and see what it's like underneath when we get home. Apparently the top speed on this is 130 kilometers an hour, but we're going 80 and it's hard to imagine it would go another 50 on top. I think overall I prefer this to the Renault 4. A bit more refined, a bit more cushy, probably a bit quieter if the exhaust isn't leaking. A bit more space inside it. Roll up windows rather than slidey windows, that's a lot better. And the green wood trim, I mean, come on. They did stop short of putting a radio in here. I don't think this is the TL, the Touring Luxury. You do get a little glove box. What more could you want, really? As you'd expect from a Renault of the day, lovely cushy seats, lovely soft ride. Lots of people are smiling as I go by, they do like it. 68,000 kilometres it says, could that be right? I suppose it could be. 168 I'm going to say. Once you get used to the bolt action gear shifter, you realise that there's nothing not to like about that either. Needs a fifth gear. Made it. So thank you for joining me today on what was a very quick and fun road trip revival. I'm quite taken with Reggie. I don't think I'll keep it. In the next video, we'll give it a full inspection, make some repairs, get this thing tested, inspected, move it on down the road, hopefully. And if I don't get round to fixing it or moving it on down the road, I'll just put it with the others and pretend I always wanted a Renault 6 for my collection. More videos coming very soon. See you in the next one.